Hello, America. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to my review of 90 Day the Other Way, Season 1, Episode 5, 6, or 7. 7. Just to let you all know, my earrings are back. You can check the link in the description box below or check out the pinned comment and you can see what I have. I am putting new inventory up every single day, so check it out. Also, I want to let you all know that I'm reviewing claws, so you can check that out right up here. Gosh, I probably won't put it up there, but I'll put it down below too. Okay, so because it's nothing up here when I say look up. My series and my podcast will be out sometime next week. Life has gotten a little bit hectic, so I have to focus on life before I focus on hobbies. Okay, we see Corey got off the first bus and now he got to get on the second bus. Some TLC producer or some actor that they hired came up to him talking about you're from a different world, and he's like, I don't understand, and blah blah blah, and then the man left. Come on, you gonna tell me that wasn't no producer or an actor that they got? He says that he'll be so angry if he goes there and she's not waiting to meet him. She is with her family, and her family is like, why didn't you pick him up at the airport? And she's like, well, if he's going to move here, then I think that he should learn how to do things on his own, and this is basically a test. And she's really nervous that he will want to propose to her in these 90 days. But her mother and her father are like, he's given up his entire life in his country to come over here. That's a testament of love. And why wouldn't he ask for your hand in marriage if he's doing something so grand just to be with you? And that's what I was saying. What if when you came over here, he said, hey, just get on the bus and I'll meet you at the bus? Evelyn ain't even cute enough to be asking for all these demands. So stop it right there. So he finally gets off the bus. They see each other. He's like, oh, I'm so happy. I'm ready to be with you. She's like, I'm ready to be with you. Although I do want to let you know that tonight we're staying with my grandmother because the roof on the apartment is getting fixed. Something that you could have told him. But, oh, and we have to walk, because the car is always breaking down. So, boom, boom, bomb, bomb. So they walk 20 minutes to get to the grandmother's house. They are in like this open area or whatever. The grandmother made a bed for him. Corey is obsessed with the mosquitoes, and Evelyn is like, well, maybe, we don't have mosquito nets or anything, but your bad energy will definitely repel them. And he's like, well, y'all don't have mosquito nets or mosquito repellent? And she's like, no, you can go back to America if you don't like this, or you should have brought your Americanized things so you wouldn't have to complain. And Evelyn feels as though he's being rude to her grandmother. I don't think that he's being rude. I think that maybe he didn't hide his emotions as well as she may have wanted him to, but this is new. I wouldn't defend Paul like this, but for some reason I'm defending this man. Why? Because I don't like Evelyn. I know I just met her and everything, but she rubs me the completely wrong way. Okay? So Corey realizes that he wants Evelyn to marry him, and if he wants Evelyn to marry him, then he needs to stop complaining and show her that he's able to do this. Also, Evelyn says that he needs to improve his relationship with my family and learn how to speak Portuguese in the 90 days if our relationship is going to continue. So we see Paul and Karini. They go shopping for baby clothes, baby stuff. And she doesn't have a job, I guess, and he don't, he's not able to work there. And they get a baby bath that's $100 when the baby can just be washed up in the sink. You probably need a crib because babies can't sleep in dressers, even though I put my baby in a dresser. Okay. Babies can't sleep in dressers, so you need a crib and you need like a stroller that I don't have a car, so that's fine. A stroller that can become a baby carrier. And that's it. and get the rest of the stuff when the baby get older. But I don't know. Anyway, Paul said that he put in his papers before he came, to become a citizen. Before he came to Brazil. Are they in Brazil? I think they're in Brazil. And so he needs to know if his papers are going to be approved, and if his papers are going to be approved, then he's going to be able to start working. Okay, so Paul gets his papers and he wants to go far away from Karini, so if it's some bad news, it doesn't upset her. Well, apparently Paul has been denied citizenship, and also Paul needs to get his ass out of the country in 10 days. You know why? Because Paul is considered a war criminal. Acts of terrorism. Okay. I said, damn. Now, your record must be showing something different to them than the record you told Karini you had, because a war criminal? Acts of terrorism? You stalking your girlfriend is not acts of terrorism. So something got to give, okay? Paul is very, very, very upset by this information. So the only thing that he can do is to run away, and not run away like a normal person would run away. No, he runs away like he's walking on hot coals the entire time. And they like, Paul, Paul, Paul. And he just, so Paul is out in the wilderness. This is the second time that he done ran into the wilderness. But yeah, Paul got 10 days. I don't know if they said he got 10 days to get his shit together, or if he got 10 days to say goodbye to whoever you visiting and get your ass on that plane and go. Okay? Because you're done. You're done here. We see Aladdin says that he's very attracted to Laura. They love each other. He's a pretty cute man. Yeah, I'll see it. And it seems like that they do have a good relationship. However, the biggest problem in their relationship is the fact that Laura is insecure. If he says that he's somewhere, she'll FaceTime him to make sure that he's where he says he is and he's not with any ladies, okay? Um, a big problem in their relationship is social media, and whenever he gets a new follower who is a woman, there's an argument. So sometimes he blocks her from social media, because sometimes Laura talks but doesn't listen, but after she gets blocked, she learns to listen and not just talk. Okay. She basically does not trust him, and that's the problem. And he says he's the man in the relationship, and she's going to need to answer to him. And if that doesn't change, then that's going to be a big problem, because that's their culture. Anyway, so we see Laura. Laura goes to a sex shop because basically he cute and all, but he don't know what he's doing down there. So she wants to make sure that he knows what he's doing down there, so she can get where she needs to be. So she goes there, she gets a vibrator, she gets this stuff called coochie cream, which is just like shaving cream. She gets a book for him so he can learn basically, how to be very sexual, and how to, not sexual, how to be open to her needs, and how to explore intimacy, okay? And yeah, that's the end of their story. Apparently it's illegal to have anything that is phallic shaped over there. So usually what they'll do is they'll smuggle them into their suitcase so no one will see the dildos. Okay. And that's the end of their story. Why do they keep showing Devin like I'm supposed to care? I don't. Y'all, her child's name is Drusilla. It's literally like Dracula and Priscilla had a baby, and they named it Drusilla. That's the name of the child, Drusilla. Honestly, you're not allowed to name the other child. They go to the airport to pick up Jihoon and his parents, and she's very worried that her badass child will act bad. She has basically a 10-minute mark where Drusilla is able to act like an adult, not an adult, act like a civilized child for 10 minutes, and then she starts acting crazy. And as if on cue, she's laying on the floor, she's running, she's doing all of this. Devin is getting very emotional, so she's crying, and she's like, it's very hard to take care of a baby when you're already pregnant. You shouldn't have got pregnant. And then all of a sudden, Ji-hoon comes, and Ji-hoon is like, oh my gosh, what the hell, you crying? What's wrong? Are you okay? She meets his family, and she's not. She gave the father this side hug, and she was crying, and they like, why are you crying? Are you okay? And she's like, I just felt like I made a very bad impression. I'm crying. Drusilla being bad as hell. Also, his mother is like, I was very shocked when I found out that this is not her first child. This is her second child, because in Korean culture, this is horrible. This is she's a pariah. And I'm just really not happy about anything. Okay. So they go to the Airbnb. She's very, very hopeful that they'll like it, because if they don't like it, then they might not give the approval. It's a 3-bedroom house. It's really, really big. Well, it's not big. It's a normal house. And Ji-hoon and his parents are very impressed. Drusilla running around there like a chicken with her head cut off, screaming and shit. Ji-hoon starts to feel self-conscious about his living conditions, because he's like, if this is normal in America, then when she goes over to Korea and sees my small ass house or apartment, I don't know if she's gonna be going for this. Okay. So it's nighttime. Drusilla is asleep. The parents are asleep. Ji-hoon is like, okay, let's get it on. Okay, I've waited all this time to see you. Let's have the intercourse. And she's like, you got to go get the baby. And he's like, oh yeah, the baby. And he rubs her stomach. And she's like, no, you got to go get the baby. And he like, Drusilla? And she like, yeah. And he's like, why? And she's like, because she sleeps with me. And he's like, that's not what they do in American movies. The children have their own room. And she's like, no, I slept with my parents until I was 7. So you just gonna carry on the tradition, huh? I don't know. I think it's different for single parents to, like, I slept with my mama a lot of times. So I don't think it's weird. I don't think it's weird. But I do think it's weird that you trying to have this baby sleep with y'all and your nigga is here. And you don't even know this man well enough to have him and your baby in the same bed. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Basically, she said if they want to have sex, they're going to have to go to another room. I see why Drusilla is so spoiled and acts the way that she does. But that's the end of their story. That's the end of everything, y'all. I turned this out. Okay. Now I know it's going to be like 13 minutes, 12 minutes. And I know that's like a really short video. But y'all, Drusilla? I'm sorry. I just can't. I can't. Like, that's the worst name I've ever heard. And I heard My Miracle. Her name was literally My Miracle. I'd rather name my child My Miracle than Drusilla. Anyway, y'all, I'm done, okay? If you all like this review, you can like, comment, and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter. Everything you need to know about me will be in the bottom bar below. My name is Brielle. I make beats. I sing songs. If you like what you see, come on along. Bye!